Alright, yes, today we're gonna do something different. For my collection. It's not a DC figure. It's not a Marvel figure. Is it really a figure? No, probably not. We're gonna do, and a lot of people responded that they would like to see this review, so I'm trying it out. And if I do a good job, I'll do some more. But here we go. Today we're going to review Star Trek Starship Legends USS Enterprise Ncc-1701-B Electronic Starship Diamond Select Warning Choke Hazard Small Parts Not for Children Under 3 Are Asylum. Alright, so, pretty cool. This Enterprise made one appearance on the movie Generations. It was, just the brief you saw at the very beginning of Generations. It was, okay, it's when Captain Kirk supposedly died in the Nexus, you know. But I'm not going to get into that movie, how crummy it was. It was good for its time, but it's not good now. So it's definitely not one of my favorite Star Trek movies. And I wouldn't even consider myself a Star Trek fan anymore. I just like the ships. It's cool that they're making these. So this thing is an electronic ship. And it says a lot. It says, I'm Captain John Harmon. And it sounds like it's actually from the movie. And it says, it wouldn't be an Enterprise without the Sulu at the helm. So that's Kirk saying that. And it says, Captain Kirk, I'd be honored if you would give us the orders to take us out. Take us out, you know. Helm laying the course. Says, rest is part of the game. If you want to sit in the captain's chair, activate main deflector dish. Damage reports, and it makes the impulse noise, and the distress call noise, and the warp engine noise, and the turbulence noise, and the emergency wave collision. Oh, excuse me, the energy wave collision. I can't read. So if you want to hear it make noise, you just push the bridge part. So, cool. That was the impulse noise. Let's try it again.
Risk is part of the game. You want to sit in that chair.
Yeah. Oops.
Activate main deflector.
Okay.
Damage report, Ensign.
We're screwed, Captain. That's the energy wave collision.
I'm Captain John Harriman.
And I was on Ferris Bueller's Days Off.
It wouldn't be the Enterprise without a Sulu at the helm.
Right.
Captain Kirk, I'd be honored if you'd give the order to get underway. Take us out.
Yeah. Alright, let's look at the back real fast. This thing is huge. Huge, I tell you. Let me get a for you guys. Here's Batman compared to the box. It's a massive. Look how big that thing is. Thank you, Batman. No problem. Alright, so more crap about the ship. It's length 511 meters. 34 decks, crew to 700 to 750, max speed warp 9.4. Alright, so 511 meters, that's 1,676 feet. That thing is huge in feet. It says in the bio, when the USS Enterprise Ncc-1701-A was decommissioned, the Excelsior class Enterprise B became the third ship commissioned by Starfleet to bear the famous name. Now, is that right? If this is before the TV show Enterprise. So we got that. Now, that's actually not right. Because, you know, Enterprise came into this before. Prequel stuff sucks. Anyway, let's see. Any prequel stuff in any series sucks. It just changes everything. Let's see. One of his first official outgoing under the command of Captain John Harriman. The ship was badly damaged by the Nexus ribbon while rescuing refugees, Guinan, resulting in the apparent death of the legendary Captain James C. Kirk. In spite of this tragedy, the 1701-B and her captain led a luxurious career, earning her place in history as the worthy heir to the name Enterprise. So, yeah, that's cool. Even though there was never ever a TV series, there's been some books and all that. Supposedly this one got lost in space, maybe? If I remember reading it right on, I don't know if it's an actual book or it was on one of the Star Trek websites. So that's what happened to that one. Alright, we'll be right back and we'll open her up. Okay, we're back. And see, let me show you the accessories it comes with. The Enterprise B comes, you can really see it, but it's a black stand. Has the Star Trek logo there, or Starfleet logo on there. Pretty nice, pretty sturdy. Just fit this piece into here, and push it in there. And then also it came with a brochure of what Art Asylum and Diamond Select is offer for the Star Trek line. You can actually have a phaser or the communicator or the tricorder or the geological tricorder or the white handle phaser or the exclusive communicator. I don't know what the difference are. Medical tricorder. Cool. It's cool. There's different things for each. Pretty neat little catalog. Like when we were kids, the big toys would always come with a catalog. And then you can also get, it says back in stock, and they have re-released some of these. And then you have like the HD Enterprise, which looks nicer than the one I have. More detailed, but mine looks more like the original TV show. This looks like the remastered TV show, I guess. So I probably won't get that one. That's the one. It's just the regular Wrath of Khan one, which I don't have that one, and I don't have the Enterprise D. And this is the Enterprise D from the very last episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation. Has the third warp engine on there. Won't get that. That's no biggie. And then, coming soon, the Enterprise E from the movies, which I wouldn't mind having that. And the Klingon Bird of Prey, which I think those are already out. These are already out, I think. Or re-released. This might be new, but re-released. These are pretty pricey. On eBay, people are really jacked up prices. You're more, if you can find them at a store, get these ships at the store. It's crazy. Which I got mine at the store. So, alright. After pulling all the twist ties out of the box, here we got. It took me about 15 minutes. Get all the twist ties out, and here we go. I don't know how I'm going to do this. This is a big ship. Alright, best I can do. So, pretty cool. Pretty nice. And, just like the movie. Except for a couple little mistakes. Like, let's see, turn this around. Let's see. I don't know if you could see it or not, but yeah, I had to look really close, and I saw a reviewer commented about this. I don't know if you can read that or not, but it says Starship USS Excelsior. Yeah, that's not the right ship. This is the Enterprise. That says the Excelsior on there, which was, if you watch Star Trek 6, that was Sulu's ship. Right. And so that's a little mistake on there. And then there's these little windows here. It goes all the way around the saucer section, and they're not properly aligned right. You can tell they just kind of got off a little bit. But let's zoom back out. So if that says USS Excelsior, that would be cool if they had made an actual USS Excelsior, which is exactly the same ship, minus this fin part here and these extra impulse engines. And so it's cool. Let's turn them around. A lot of read a lot of complaints about this, saying how dirty. There's dirty marks all over the ship, and Diamond Select was trying to say, "Oh, let's just give it that space look," but it's just dirt. But I don't mind it. It don't bother me any. So here we go. That's cool. Nice. Let's see, can I move this ball? A lot of people complain about the stands breaking, so I don't want to break the stand. It's not sitting on there right. This is supposed to be a ball joint. That don't turn, so I will not force the issue. But look at the hull, it's pretty cool. 1701-B, pretty nice. It's funny how many people has wrote me and they said they would like to see this review, and everyone says, I used to be a Star Trek fan. Used to be. Even I say that. I used to be a Star Trek fan. So, I guess because, it's just one movie every so often now. And we've seen the TV shows thousands of times. It gets kind of old after a while. And it's kind of played its course. So, I'm looking forward to the new movie, though. And, it's a good new take on a franchise that was going downhill. Did I say French fries? French franchise. So, it's just nice. I mean, I love building models, but I suck at it. So I'm glad to get something like this. If I could build models, I'll do Navy ships and Star Trek ships, because it's just cool. I wish there was some way where you could write your own name, whatever ship you want. And I wish it was like a decal set. That would be cool. So, instead of having an Enterprise, you could have whatever ship you want. Like in the War of the Worlds, in the book, there was the USS Thunderchild, or HMS Thunderchild. That would be cool. There was a ship called the Thunderchild. So, alright, let's show the light feature real fast.
I'm Captain John Harriman.
So, that's cool. Let me switch it around. Let's turn one of these lights on.
It wouldn't be the Enterprise without a Sulu at the helm. Captain Kirk, I'd be honored if you'd give the order to get underway.
So that's cool. And if you just want to have it lit, you just hold this button down. And there we go. It'll stay lit there for a while. And it also came with extra batteries, that's really nice. I was really surprised to see an extra 3 set of batteries in there. So I wish, the only thing I would have done different, I wish it would have, unlike on my other Enterprise, I'll show you here, it had port and starboard lights, red and green lights. Port for the left side, green on the starboard side. If any of you boat people know anything, what those are for. Oh, there's a little bit of a glue built up right there. Alright, let's do a size comparison. We'll be right back. Alright, we're back. And I don't know how much of these things are really in scale with each other. But here's the original TV show Enterprise. On here is the, obviously the one we're reviewing. So, I don't know. I guess that's possible that these could be the same size. Well, this obviously is smaller. The warp engines are different. Rounder secondary hull. So it's cool. I like it. I like it a lot. So, I've been to one Star Trek convention. I never wanted to go back. I was like, oh, this is too weird for me, but not knocking any fans out there, but I was like, that's odd. Let's see. Let's take this off the stand real quick and get a upper. There we go. That looks cool. So they re-released this one in an HD format where it looks, you know, like it's more detailed, but I like this. It's like what I remember as a kid. Less detail, gray, battleship gray. It's pretty cool. And I do have the other one over here, which I haven't done a review on. So I'll do a size comparison on the next one with all 3 of them. Alright, so I might do a review on this one later too, the original Enterprise. Let's get them lit up. So, pretty cool. See, this has the red and the green running lights on there. Wish this had it. That would have been cool. Let's see. So, there we go. So, do I recommend Enterprise B? If you can find out a good price, and of course, if you're a Star Trek fan, yeah, cool. It would be cool to have. How would I rate this? Good job, Diamond Select. Needs improvement, Diamond Select, or a dog of vomit. Definitely, I would rate this. Good job, Diamond Select. You know, they're not going to get 100% movie accuracy, but they sure got darn close. It would be cool to see Excelsior minus the extra impulse engines and this part right here that flares out. But, yeah, that would be cool. That have been cool. I don't know why they don't do that. So, alright guys, that is my Star Trek review. And stay tuned for my next review. It will be